A heavy metal door clicks shut. Then absolute ringing silence. Silence. It is the loudest sound in the world. The sound of a front door clicking shut, leaving you entirely alone. I am sitting in my armchair by the window. The afternoon sun is warm on my hands. My skin, it looks like old crushed paper now. In my lap, I'm holding Robert's old pocket watch. The glass is cracked. The hands are rusted to the face. They haven't moved since 1955. I am 103 years old. I need to tell you this before my time runs out. Please, do not scroll away. You look at me and think I have lived a long time. I haven't. A century. It feels like a single afternoon. It passes in a blink. I see how you live. Rushing, distracted. You are suffering from a fatal illusion. You think you have forever. You don't. I was not a wicked woman. I was just asleep. Like so many of you right now, I was physically present, but my mind was always somewhere else. I was a professional sleepwalker. I worshipped a false god, the god of tomorrow. I believed that comforting lie, the lie that says, I just need to get through this busy week and then I will have time to sit with my husband. Then I will have time to play with my son. I treated the present moment, the only thing I actually possessed, as an obstacle I had to rush through. I remember the Tuesday nights. The kitchen was always so loud in my head, a checklist of chores that never ended. Robert would come home from the steel mill, his clothes smelling of heavy smoke and tired sweat. He would sit at the kitchen table and try to tell me about his day. Do you know what I did? I stood with my back to him, washing dishes. I sighed. I tapped my foot. I just wanted him to stop talking so I could finish cleaning. I treated the love of my life like an interruption. Little William would tug at my apron. He had a drawing of a dog. Mama, look. I didn't even turn my head. Later, Billy. Put it on the counter. Mama is busy. Busy. What a foolish word. I was obsessed with a clean floor. I was obsessed with the schedule. I was terrified of falling behind. I was right there in the room with them, but I wasn't there. I was miles away in my own head, guarding my little kingdom of chores and routines. I was keeping a perfect house, and I was throwing away my life. I thought I was being responsible. I didn't realize indifference is a form of violence. When you do not give someone your full attention, you are telling them they do not matter. We always think we have time to make it up to them, until the clock stops. My thumb keeps catching on the crack in this glass. The hands on this watch froze at exactly 10:14 a.m., October 14th, 1955. It was just a Friday, nothing grand, no dramatic music, just a cold autumn morning. Robert put on his heavy boots. The porch screen door slammed. He walked out to the truck for his shift at the mill. He left a half-drunk cup of coffee on the kitchen counter. I poured it down the sink immediately. I hated clutter. 4 hours later, the foreman knocked on my door. His hard hat was in his hands. An accident near the blast furnace. Just like that. The future I was saving up for was erased. I was 33 years old. I stood in my perfectly clean, quiet kitchen, and I realized I had traded my husband for a clean floor. I was right, and I was alone. You think that would be enough, wouldn't you? You think a shock like that would wake me up forever. It did, for a few years. But humans, we are tragic creatures. We are programmed to forget. The grief softened, the bills piled up, and slowly the noise returned. I slipped right back into the rat race. I raised William, but I went back to sleep. I went back to worrying about next month. I started looking past my son just like I had looked past his father. Complacency is a disease. It took 40 years for the second alarm clock to ring. William, my little Billy, he was only 45. He was supposed to outlive me. Then the doctor said the word cancer, and the bottom fell out of the world. I sat by his hospice bed. The room smelled of antiseptic and dying flowers. He was so thin, he couldn't speak anymore. He just breathed, this rattling, heavy breath. And as I held his cold hand, all I could see was that kitchen 40 years ago. Little Billy holding up that drawing of the dog. "Later, Billy. Mama is busy." There was no later. I had been given the ultimate warning in 1955, and I had wasted it. I had been given the gift of time, and I spent it worrying about things that never happened. That is the true horror. Not that life is short, but that we forget it is short. We get arrogant. We think we are the exception. I buried my son, and in that graveyard, standing over 2 headstones, the noise finally stopped. The sleepwalker died. I finally woke up. Look at this dust floating in the sunbeam. It is beautiful, isn't it? Just floating. It is in no rush at all. It just exists. After William passed, I made a promise to the silence in that graveyard. I was done sleepwalking. I was done living for a tomorrow that never arrives. I practiced a new way of living. I call it remember and return. It is not magic. I am human. My mind still tries to wander. It still tries to worry about the grocery list or an old regret. But now, I catch it. Every time I feel that old impatience creeping in, that urge to check the clock or fold the laundry while someone is speaking to me, I stop. I take a breath, and I whisper to myself, return, return to this room, return to love. And oh, the light on the other side of that shift. It is so warm. I started to live for the small, invisible moments, the things I used to call boring or chores, like Saturday mornings. My great-grandson, little Tommy, William's boy, comes over and we make pancakes. 50 years ago, I would have rushed through it. I would have been irritated by the mess. Not anymore. Now, I let the butter melt slowly in the iron pan. I listen to the sizzle. I breathe in the smell of sweet vanilla and warm flour. It smells like grace. When Tommy drops a giant spoonful of batter onto the floor, I don't sigh. I don't care about the clean floor. Floors can be washed. I look at the flour on his little nose. I look into his bright, living eyes. I am fully, completely there. And I tell you the absolute truth. There is no promotion, no bank account, no grand achievement in the history of this world that feels as good as just watching a child smile at you over a stack of pancakes. That is the whole universe right there. I learned how to just sit. Can you do that? Can you just sit with your hands in your lap, without looking at a screen, without planning the next hour, and do absolutely nothing? In the summers, I sit on my back porch during the afternoon rainstorms. I wrap a shawl around my shoulders. I don't read. I don't talk. I just listen to the heavy water hitting the green leaves. I feel the cool, wet air on my old face. It is absolute freedom. I have nothing to do, nowhere to be. I am just a part of the rain. When my daughter-in-law talks to me now, I don't think about what I am going to say next. I don't judge her words. I just look at the fine lines around her eyes and feel so incredibly grateful that another human being is sharing her voice with me. I let her be right, even when we disagree, because being right doesn't keep you warm at night. Connection does. Attention does. Paying attention is the highest form of love. I am 103 years old. I have outlived almost everyone I ever knew. My body aches. I don't have much money. I am sitting in a quiet room with nothing but an old broken watch. But I am a victor. I have never been richer. I have never been happier. The frantic noise in my head is gone. The anxiety about the future is dead. Why? Because the future does not exist. There is only this breath, and then the next one. Every Sunday, the family comes to visit, and when they leave, I sit right here in this armchair by the window. I watch them walk down the driveway to the car. Tommy always turns around by the mailbox and waves at the window. Decades ago, I would have already been back in the kitchen, washing their cups, planning Monday. But now I sit perfectly still. I watch his little hand wave. I wave back. I watch the red taillights of their car disappear down the road. I absorb every single second of it until the driveway is empty. It is so quiet in this room now, but it isn't a lonely quiet anymore. It is a full quiet, a peaceful quiet. I beat the clock. I didn't get more time, but I made the time I had infinitely wider. I stopped running. I woke up. I am finally alive. I am putting Robert's watch away now. The sun is setting. My time for talking is done, but yours is just beginning. I am looking right at you. You, holding this glowing screen, rushing to the next video, the next task, the next distraction. Stop. You do not need to bury a child to wake up. You do not need to wait until you are 103 years old to realize that your career, your stress, your pride, it is all trash. You are living a lie. You are acting as if you are immortal. Later never comes. The only thing you actually possess is this exact second, right now. I cannot go back to 1955. I cannot fix my life, but I can help you fix yours. Drop your phone. Walk into the other room. Look at the people you love while they are still breathing. Do not just glance at them. Look at them. Call your mother. Put your hands in the dishwater and feel the warmth. Forgive the grudge. Wake up before the driveway is empty forever. And I know you are exhausted. I look at your world today and my heart aches for you. I know how heavy the noise feels. You are carrying so much, trying to keep everything perfect, running yourself ragged just to keep the plates spinning. I know the paralyzing fear that if you slow down, everything will collapse. I lived in that exact fear. I spent decades believing the great lie, that success means finishing the to-do list, that busyness is a badge of honor, and that tomorrow is promised. I thought if the house was spotless and the routine was maintained, I was a good wife, a good mother. But I was wrong. I was so terribly wrong. When you reach my age, the illusion shatters. Grand achievements turn to dust. The only things that survive the fire of time are the unglamorous, invisible moments I so often ignored. I traded my husband's stories for a clean floor. I traded my son's childhood for a quiet house. I treated the present moment like a waiting room for a future that never arrived. Please, do not make my mistake. Regret is a cold bedfellow, and the silence it leaves behind is deafening. You don't need to change your whole life today. Just do this one thing for an old woman. Tonight, when someone you love walks into the room, stop what you are doing, put the screen down, turn away from the sink, look at their face, notice the sound of their breathing. Let the mess exist around you and just be grateful they are there to make it. The chores will always wait for you. The people you love will not. You do not need to bury a child to wake up. You do not need to wait until you are 103 years old to realize that your career, your stress, your pride, it is all trash. You are living a lie. You are acting as if you are immortal. Later never comes. The only thing you actually possess is this exact second. Right now, I cannot go back to 1955. I cannot fix my life. But I can help you fix yours. Drop your phone, walk into the other room, look at the people you love while they are still breathing. Do not just glance at them, look at them, call your mother, put your hands in the dishwater and feel the warmth. Forgive the grudge. Wake up before the driveway is empty forever.